Right, I'm going to show you the first step in making your saw stool, which is to mark out and cut your 4 legs. Okay, so what you need to start off with is a sliding bevel and a 75-degree block. Make sure it's the 75. And I'm going to set my sliding bevel to that 75 degrees. So the first job is just a few millimetres from the edge, just to give you enough room for your saw to cut. With a nice sharp knife, a nice light cut across there. You can take a couple of passes if you want to give you a good line. A few light passes better than one heavy pass. So once I've got that, I'm now going to square across the edge. Just to make it easier, I'm going to pop that in the vise. Now with this project, the more accurate you are, the more likely you are to succeed and do it quickly. This is not a project to be rushing, especially with your legs, because if your legs are different lengths, obviously you're going to have a wobbly saw stool. So pay lots of attention to your marking out and you'll be fine. Across there, nice and square. And then I'll go just across the 4th side as well. And if I've marked this accurately, it's a good check. If my lines meet up where I started from, so if my 4th line meets up with my first square cut, which it does, that means I've marked it accurately, so that's a good check. If it doesn't, move back a little bit and mark it again, but try and make sure you get it accurate. Okay, so once you've done that, the first job is to cut that. Now, don't clamp it to the end of your bench like that. Clamp it so that the line of your cut is parallel to the bench. So you're going to pop it there, and then clamp it there, and maybe clamp it there, and then you've got a nice straight cut parallel to the bench. I'll not show you me sewing. Okay, that's your first cut made. Now, it's super accurate with this next bit as well. So what you do for the next thing is, we know from our cutting list that this is going to be 600 long, so we're going to measure from that top corner, 600. We're going to take our knife and make a little mark exactly at 600, super accurate. Like that. A little knife mark, and then, because we are good woodworkers, we're going to measure twice. So I'll measure twice, and I reckon, yeah, that's pretty good. Now, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. So you've got your mark there at 600. What you then have to do is, I hope you can see this, so there's my 600 mark along the top. I'm going to take my square, slide it up to that, and then I'm going to make a mark on the opposite side there. Okay. Then going to mark a square across the edge there, like that. Super accurate again. Then I need to make sure that is now the longest part of your leg. So we now need to cut that angle there. So from this opposite side, I need to make sure I'm not going that way. That's wrong. I need to make sure I'm going that way. Okay. Because the longest part of your leg is at 600. So 600 from there to there, square across, and then I'm going back into the leg here. And I'm going to mark that carefully. Square across. know I need to go that way. If my lines meet up, that means I've marked it out accurately. Like that. Okay. And then as a final visual check, I'm going that way and the marking is going that way. They need to be parallel. Don't have them going like that. Make sure they're parallel. That is. So I can cut that now. You don't want to watch me sewing because that's boring. So you can see now I've sewn that leg and I've got that leg done. Now, what you'll notice now, if you've made a nice accurate cut, is this 75-degree angle is already cut for you. So what you can do then is measure your neck 600. That, and then I'm going to measure twice. A little check, that's good. Then I'm going to square that across. But remember, that's not a cut line. I'm going to go to the opposite side over here. So that's my 600. I'm going to square across this edge. See that? Square across here. And then remember that I need to be going back into the leg with my 75-degree angle. Across there like that. Because you've got to remember that the longest possible measurement is 600. So if my leg goes to there, so that's my top one. It's not 600 from there to that line, it's 600 from there, if you can understand, to at right angles to there is 600. So there's a little bit, I'll try and draw it for you. Measure that to 600. So you can see along the top there, from the top there to that line is 600. So I go across to the other side and the actual line I'm going to cut along is that one. So the cutting list says 600. So if I was cutting this square from the cutting list, it would be 600. But the leg has to sit parallel. So the actual leg is going to be a little bit shorter. Okay, so we've got our leg now, and there's a last little bit to do. Now, when our feet sit on the ground like that, they're going to be sat like that on our sew stool, and it's going to be leant in by a few degrees. What we have to do is, we're going to have to make a cut on this vertically down. So this is horizontal, and we're going to have to make a cut at right angles down there. Now, exactly where do we make the cut? Then that will be decided by how big our stool top is going to be, and I'll show you that next. Okay, so you can see here now the vertical cut, the square cut is down from there. Okay, and where it goes, where we make the cut, depends on, because we're using any old piece of scrap, so you've got to take your measurement from whatever you're using for your top. So for this particular one, I know that that is 40, let's call that 45, so that's 45 millimeters. So what I need to do here is to measure down at a right angle from the top, 45. Okay, and the way you do that is I can use a ruler for this to get it roughly right. So if I take a ruler and just use that flat bit at the top until it crosses that tip at 45. Now this isn't super critical. If this is a little bit longer, a little bit short, a little bit longer, it's not going to cause you a problem because we're going to cut the top of the leg to the leg. So this isn't too much of a problem. I'm going to take a pencil now and I'm going to mark that down there. Now, just to make sure I am accurate, and the thing you do have to make sure you've got accurate is once you've got your measurement, take your tri-square along the top there and make sure that that is a nice right angle. Mine's not quite there, but it's near enough. Okay, so that's my right angle cut. And then as a check, I'm going to measure along that line that I've done with my tri-square, make sure that is 45. Now mine's just a couple of millimetres longer, but that's not going to be a problem because I'm going to cut my top, this bit, to fit that particular leg. So just like we've done previously, we're going to name parts. So that's going to be leg number 1 and that's going to fit to joint number 1. So as long as I cut this joint to this leg, it'll be fine.